I want to show you how to create this drop stitch or drop loop design on a circular knitting machine in panel mode. So in order to create this, you will need to have a knitted panel. So we have this example here of a knitted panel. I have made this on my Addi. You can create it on the Sentro or any circular knitting machine that you have. So what I like to do is to start and end my panels with a contrasting color waste yarn. And I do this because I want to be able to clearly see my stitches and where the start of the row will be. So I can use my crochet hook and make a really neat start of my panel. Like here, I have closed the panel with the crochet hook and it's really straight. On one side of the panel, we need to close all stitches. So you will need to crochet hook. I use a 5mm crochet hook, and you will single crochet each loop here to close off the panel. So insert your hook in the first available loop, and then with the long tail that you have left when finishing the panel, you will single crochet all these stitches. So grab the working yarn and pull up a loop through the first loop. This is like a chain one, and then insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn. You will have 2 loops on your hook, and then grab the yarn again and finish the loop. This is single crochet 1, and you continue like this until you close all the stitches on this side. So first side, you will close all the stitches. So when you go to the last stitch, make sure you do not skip the very last stitch. Sometimes I skip it and then the last row unravels, so you have to very closely look at the panel to be able to pick up every live stitch. Okay, so we picked up the last one, and then we secure with a knot like this. Okay, so when you use a bigger hook like this, your panel will have your finished edge will have a really good stretch. So on this side, on the first side, we closed every single stitch with a single crochet, and now we need to remove the waste yarn. And now we need to close off the stitches on the other side. So on this side, we will create the drop loop effect. So on my example here, I have created a drop stitch, a drop loop on every 7th stitch. So we have six knit stitches, 1 drop loop, 6 knit stitches, 1 drop loop. And we do that by, again, inserting the hook into the first available stitch and chain 1, and then you will need to close off or single crochet 6 stitches. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to create the drop loop design, we will skip 1 stitch and replace it with a chain 1. So we chain 1 with the crochet hook, we skip this stitch, we don't close it, and we move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, chain 1, skip 1, move on to the next, and single crochet 1. And you continue like this until the end of the panel. Okay, so here at the end is a little bit tricky. We have 2 stitches left. The last one is twisted, and we shouldn't miss it. Okay. And we make a knot at the end. Okay, so we have skipped the stitches like this. Chain one over the skipped stitch 4 times. So right now nothing will happen because you still have the waste yarn, but when you remove the waste yarn, you will see the drop stitch effect. Okay, and now that you have dropped the loop, you will see them unravel like this. So just unravel the stitch until you go to the end, and there will be no issues at the end because you have closed all the stitches on the other side of the panel. Okay, so 4 drop stitches and the panel is complete. Both sides of the panels are secured. And I just want to show you an example because I'm making a cardigan here, a drop loop cardigan. So you can also make the drop loop design if you're having a decrease. So here I have decreased stitches and still I closed off the side, the bottom, and still I created the drop loop design even with decreases.